So, learning target 7.5, these are the problems that ended up lending themselves to solving using square roots. I'm not going to explain that part because that's actually learning target 7.8. But if I take this equation, x squared minus 25 equals 0, I notice it just has a squared term and a constant. So I want to get the squared term by itself first, so I'm going to add 25 to both sides to get x squared equals positive 25. Now, the thing that's being squared is by itself, so I undo that with the square root. That's going to give me just x. So I have to square root the other side of the equation. But this says what number could I multiply to get by itself to get positive 25? There's both a positive and negative answer to that. X is negative 5 as one of my solutions, and x is positive 5 as the other solution. If I take negative 5 and multiply it by itself, a negative times a negative, I get positive 25. And if I put positive 5 in here, positive 5 squared is also positive 25. So again, what I'm really finding is if I graph this is a parabola that crosses the x-axis at negative 5 and at positive 5. The sketch was not part of the required solution. Well, in this case, the thing that's being squared is not just x, it's the whole x minus 5. But first I want to get that thing that's being squared by itself, so I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides to get the thing that's being squared equals 64. I undo the square with the square root, so I have to square root the other side, but I have to look at both the positive answer and the negative answer. When I square root this, it just gets rid of the square. So that side is just x minus 5. The right side could be negative 8, or it could be positive 8. So I have two different solutions. I need to add 5 to both sides here to get x equals negative 3, and add 5 to both sides here to get x equals positive 13. If I graphed the parabola, y equals x minus 5 squared minus 64. If I move this all to the same side and put y on the other side, it would cross the x-axis at those two places. And the last one is a lot like the first one. First, I would add 8 to both sides to get x squared equals 100. Undo the square with the square root. Again, remember both the positive and negative solutions. So x is negative 10 is one of my solutions. X is positive 10 is the other solution. If I graphed the parabola, I would get that it would cross the x-axis at negative 10 and at positive 10.